Hello, I'm Sergeant Constable Detective Officer Peter Pisspot from Twat Valley Police. Many of you will be aware by now of the shocking allegations of sexual impropriety made against well-known celebrity Russell Brand. Obviously it has come as a shock to us all. Who would have thought that a bloke from Channel 4 who used to strut around the set of Big Brother's Big Mouth, groping himself, groping members of the studio audience and talking repeatedly about his winkle dinkle might possibly have been a predator? Who would have thought that a man who has repeatedly talked about his sex addiction and philandering ways constantly on stage, on TV and in several books might turn out to have a few sexual skeletons in his closet? It really is a tremendous surprise, and thank goodness his alleged victims have finally come forward over 10 years later, now that he's got 2 small children and a third on the way. Quite rightly, his victims went straight to Channel 4 rather than reporting his crimes to the police. Why go down a law and order route when the legacy media can just as easily dispense the judgment and punishment you're looking for? Obviously no one at Channel 4 or within the comedy industry who spent a great deal of time with Russell Brand professionally and socially could possibly be expected to have known what he was perhaps getting up to, and the suggestion that the comedy industry and Channel 4 have been covering up for him for about 17 years now is a gross slur on a community of people who are incredibly selfless, virtuous and flawlessly woke. We are urging all women who feel they may have been one of Russell Brand's alleged victims to come forward now and talk to the police, even if that means we end up interviewing and taking statements from thousands of nutjobs drowning in paperwork when we could be out on the streets preventing crime. So be it. Some people are questioning why no one outed Russell Brand while he was still a darling of the progressive left before he turned his back on that lot and became an internet truth seeker. Some might suggest that any public figure openly of the hard left is allowed to get away with all sorts of nonsense and sexual predation because they're protected by everyone else in the progressive nonce club. And some might even go as far as to suggest that Channel 4 and the comedy industry are a big part of that progressive nonce club, full of vile, immoral people. Obviously I wouldn't know about that, but remember, if you were badly treated by Russell Brand, you have a right to justice. And also, if you put your head in a crocodile's mouth and it bit you, that's not your fault either. Stay safe out there and keep being kind to each other. Namaste, kumbaya.